There's a simple trick you can use to paint or stain passage doors that will allow you to paint both sides at once, make them stackable so that a bunch of doors take up very little space, using simple scraps like this. Over the years, I've seen and tried a few different methods, and while all of them work, some have some problems. One of the most common methods I see, especially on site, is when all the passage doors and closet doors are all stood up on some drop cloths in the middle of the room with a board screwed across the top to hold everything together, which works, but not my favorite. For one, this takes a large amount of space up, especially if you have a bunch of doors to finish, and two is that these doors are just one exposed ass crack nudge away from some incompetent wanker creating a full-size version of door dominoes. Another ever so popular method is find a wall and lean a door or 2 or 10 against it and leave it be. This method can work, but there is problems. One, again, it takes up a bit of space, and two, your chance at marking up a nicely finished wall with some wet paint or stain, and three, door domino. Painting a door hung in the jamb is a possibility, but so is getting paint on your new hinges, or having some numbnuts come along and kindly close your freshly painted door, forever gluing it shut when it dries. Using a spray booth and door rack would be great too, but not everyone has a spray booth. Door racks can leave marks on the bottom of the doors. So what's the solution? The solution, I think, is a simple one. It just takes this. One option would be to cut 4 scrap pieces of plywood, or 2x4s to the same length, buzz a couple screws in through them into the ends of your door, and call her a night. Cool thing is, you could just do this to your next door and stack it on top of the last one, something like this. However, there's an upgraded option to this that will allow you to flip the door over to paint both sides right away so that you can get more done at once. For this, you will need to just cut a few triangles on a scrap piece of plywood or 2x4 that are all the same size. Just don't make them too small. Mine are probably around 5 to 6 inches tall from the base of the triangle to the tip. At the top of the triangle, approximately 5/8 of an inch down from the tip, drill a 3/16 inch hole through the plywood. This will be big enough to allow a number 8 screw to pass freely through the hole without too much wiggle room. At the moment, the triangle isn't stackable, but you can improve upon this design by simply cutting a 90-degree notch in the middle of the triangle, the same size on each piece with a jigsaw or a bandsaw. That way, they can fit together like this. In the doors, just pre-drill some smaller holes 3 inches in from the ends of the door in the exact center of the thickness of the door, and buzz a 2.5-inch screw through the triangle into the door. Snug it up, but not too much. Plywood triangle should be able to pivot on the door, which is real handy since it will allow you to flip your door over and paint both sides to get that door painted sooner, especially when you don't have help around to do this. It's also preferable to make sure that the tip of your triangle is below the face of the door so that it's not in the way if rolling out your paint. And it's also probably wise to use a spacer like a couple washers to space your triangle out from the door slightly so that the triangle is less in the way of the door below it and not marking a freshly painted door. You can stack your doors up a decent height without taking up any more floor space than one door does, and best of all, it's reasonably sturdy, so no door dominoes. Oh no! Maybe you're just rolling your paint and you're on your second coat. Just leave them stacked. Roll out the top door, move it off, do the old flipperoo, and paint the other side and repeat. There you have it, a simple little inexpensive door rack that you can take with you anywhere and use anytime that doesn't take up a bunch of space and doesn't wreak a bunch of havoc. And if you thought this was groovy, you should check out this video here after liking and subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching.